Okay, let's make a start. Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Formative Formulation 2. Maybe somebody could just wave or say something in the chat just to confirm that I'm audible. Otherwise, I assume that I am. Thank you. Okay, good. So this is a meeting organized by the Formulation group of the Royal Society of Chemistry, specifically aimed at early career formulation scientists or people who consider themselves to be early career formulation scientists or who aspire to be those. So you're all very welcome indeed this afternoon. The idea is that we'll bring together people working in different areas of formulation with scientific talks, posters, and opportunities for networking. So this is Formative Formulation 2. Formative Formulation 1 was held in Cambridge in 2019. Some of you I know were there. So it's nice to kind of feel a bit of a cohort of early career formulation scientists establishing with these meetings. A particular thank you to those who signed up when this was originally supposed to be a physical meeting in Edinburgh in September 2019. Sorry we couldn't offer that this time, but Formative Formulation 3 I hope will be as that was supposed to be. But having said that, I think from the delegate list we have achieved something that we couldn't have done with a physical meeting, which is a very international audience. So I think that's quite nice. I'll just give an overview of what's going to happen this afternoon. So we've described this as an away day rather than a conference, which is supposed to mean that things can be a little less formal and more kind of geared towards networking and getting in touch with people and so on. So I really hope that you will make use of the chat and the opportunity to interact with each other. I'll come back to that in a second. So we have this afternoon 7 talks. 4 of these were invited and 3 of them were taken from abstracts submitted by you. So we'll start at 12:30. We'll have 2 talks from Dan and Omar. After that, we'll have the poster session, which will run from 1:30 until 2:30, although with time for coffee towards the second half. So we have 5 posters, which were all submitted. They were chosen from abstracts submitted by you in the last few weeks. So we look forward to those. After the posters and coffee, we will have another set of 3 talks by Jody, Shekhar, and Dan. These were submitted as abstracts and selected, so nice to have some contributions from the community. Then at 3:30, we are going to do something a little bit different that we haven't done before at these meetings, which is to have kind of themed breakout sessions. So the idea with these is that we'll have 4 breakout rooms, each with a sort of theme and a discussion leader. So these 4 themes were suggested to us by you. So we listened. So we have room 1. The theme will be really careers. So we'll look at professional development and so on. Room 2 will be to do with, I guess, work-life balance. Room 3 will be a discussion about participation. And then room 4 will be an opportunity to speak a bit more to the poster presenters and the speakers. So these rooms are just free for you to join and switch between for half an hour between 3:30 and 4. Each room has a chairperson who will lead the discussion. I really hope you will contribute and have some useful discussions that can maybe guide how we do things at a future one of these meetings and see what are the issues that matter to early career formulation scientists. So we're looking forward very much to seeing how those go. After the breakout rooms, we'll have two final invited talks. The first is Priti from Suguru, Form, and the second is from Brendan from IBM. After that, we'll wrap up. So that's our away day format for this afternoon. Before we get started, just a little bit of housekeeping from me. So obviously this is an online conference as opposed to a physical one, but nonetheless, I hope that you'll be able to get out of it what you might get out of a physical one, you know, networking, making contacts, and getting in touch with people. So to help that, please do use the chat. People are already introducing themselves, which is really nice to see. You're welcome to use the chat to introduce yourself to the group as a whole for private discussions, so you can direct your chat to somebody else as opposed to everyone. If you're replying to somebody's message, you can just write @ and then their name, just so that to try and help people follow the threads that go through there. Do introduce yourself as people have, and when you do so, it's very helpful if you set your name or your display name to be your actual name, and if you like, your affiliation, which helps people sort of figure out who's who. During the talks and the posters, please do write your questions in the chat. One of us, my colleague Vivek, will be keeping an eye on the questions in the chat, and then we'll put those to the speaker at the end of each talk. So please do make use of that as a way of asking questions. At the end of each talk, assuming the speakers permit it, we may also take questions from the floor, so to speak. So you're welcome then to unmute yourself and just ask your question. In the meantime, though, it would be very helpful if you remain muted while you're not speaking, so that we don't have any feedback or anything like that. Finally, if you're having your lunch or coffee, please feel very welcome to do so. As I said, this is a away day, an informal sort of meeting, so that's great. So there's a few people just joining us, and then I'm going to hand over to Dan in 1 or 2 minutes.